Welcome back. It's hard to believe that we're already getting our third week going for our spiral math review. And so we do have a few things that are a little bit different this week than we've done in the past, but we have been looking at them at school. So we do have our basic addition on this side on the first question for each day. The kids should be able to start doing this. I would make sure that they're saying these out loud. We're practicing also our math facts. So the more that we practice our math facts, these will be getting easier. Now this part right here is looking at 10 less than a number, 10 more than a number, 1 more, and 1 less. If the kids have a hundreds chart, they can actually look 10 less. Really what they need to be able to do, because this is something we've been working on in class, is mentally look at the tens place and take 1 10 away. And so when I take a 5, I take 1 away from 5. I have 4 tens to make 43. If I have 10 more, I add a 10. So I have 6 tens, so 63. 1 more, I look at the ones place this time for 54. 1 less, 52. I will show you down here, you get to 69, and the kids will have to be able to say 1 more is 70. So just making sure that they can do that. And even though on this one that they don't have, like if you have a hundreds chart, 81 is down actually on the other side, but they should be able to know that 1 more is just counting on. And then on this one, they need to look at being able to see, okay, we're getting into a whole nother digit, a place value here with 100. And even though this is 9 tens, if I just say it's 1 more 10, I have 10 tens. Well, technically we're regrouping that to make it 109, but they can still say there's 10 tens there because 10 tens can be made into 100. And so they have 109. On the comparisons, this time they either are putting numbers in order from least to greatest, or they're writing the comparison symbol. Again, remind them to look at the tens place value here. And then, since I have 2 that have the 3 in the tens place, I'm then going to look at the ones place. And so this is very, very similar to doing alphabetical order. So I'm going, okay, I know 0 is less than 6, so 30 has to be my first number. And remembering that the mouth always opens up to the larger number. And so there's not any of those that are super tricky, except the fact that they have several that have the digits in the tens place the same, so they've got to move to the ones place. Okay, subtraction, again, if the kids need to draw pictures for these, that's perfectly fine. We will be working on these. Sums of 10 can really help with this. If they know their sums of 10, that can be really beneficial for that one. And then our place value is stuff we've really been working on at school. The one thing that is kind of tricky on this is I automatically assume they're going to put the hundreds first, and they don't. They put the ones first. So make sure that they don't have the 5 written right here. So I'm put my little place value chart up there on my number so that I can make sure I match them up correctly. Again, the ones is first, so I'm just not going to write 736. I've got to really read the words here for the place value. And if your kids need to make that place value chart right here, that's perfectly fine. Now, when they're asking what is the value of the underlined digit, we're looking at if your child wrote 9 tens, that's technically correct as well, but the value of it is 90. We want to make sure that we don't write just a 9 there because it isn't worth 9. It's worth 9 tens, which is 90. So making sure. They don't have to, on the quick picture, try to draw the little lines in between here. The quick picture for 100 is just a large square. The tens are straight lines. And then when we have ones, we do dots and we go up into a column of 5. And if we had like 8 or 9, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then make a new column 6, 7, 8, 9. And this really helps if we'll do that as we start to regroup these ones into making a 10. If they're laid out neatly, it will help a lot when we start to do that because it's a whole lot easier to count the 10 when you have 2 groups of 5. And then the value of 30, I know that my 3 tens is 30, and so I'm going to circle that digit. One thing you might check with your child as well is making sure that they don't underline it, that they're actually reading the directions carefully, just because it could be like we've gotten used to underlining up here at the top we had an underlined number right here. And so, and last week we underlined a digit. So just making sure that they read those directions carefully as well. So I will put this up. You can pause the video here if you need to check the entire thing. And I will see this back next Friday. Y'all have a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Monday.